Live in a completely insane world, and maybe one of the ways that we try and bring some sanity in is via community art and the madness that comes with it. So with the first spotlight presentations, and that is the idea of every human being having not just the right to culture, but every human being as an artist. I often to work between the absurd and total contradiction between a world that is organised in terms of its governments and economics according to neoliberalism on the one hand, and on the other hand proposes a structure of universal human rights, where those two things blatantly don't fit together. But perhaps the community artist is the person who is more often than not left trying to juggle that contradiction.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are 4th-year students at the theatre school at the Utrecht School of Arts. We are 6 girls, and this spring, 2006, we had the opportunity to go on international internships.
Jong zijn, dat je niet alles met hun kan maken, hebben we een stuk gemaakt. Dus zo had ieder net een andere functie.
Ook bij ons, want wij waren in Costa Rica, wij zijn echt de straat op gegaan met de groep. En we hebben daar geobserveerd van, wat zie je nou op straat wat je herkent? Bijvoorbeeld jonge moeders, mensen die uit vuilnisbakken eten.
Yes! Hello! Welcome! Wonderful that you are here. Today the lesson will be about improvisation. Yes, do you know anything about this? Do you know anything about it? No, no. Yes, explain yourself. It's fast. Why not slow? Make the answer.
Aprendemos por todos los sentidos.
We learn with all our senses.
La danza, la
Dance,
música,
music,
el teatro,
theater,
la poesía
poetry
son formas distintas
are different ways
para redescubrirnos.
to rediscover ourselves. Today is the Nahual Imosh at the Mayan calendar.
Para nosotros es un inicio y un encuentro.
For us, this is a beginning.
El arte sigue siendo una luz,
The art is still a light,
una forma de desarrollar las personas y las comunidades.
a way to develop people and communities.
In 1980, Grupo Mala Hierba as a group. And to work as a group is also a political way to stand up and say, well, we don't want to be commercial actors who work in companies. We want to be able to be a group and to live differently, to create a small society within itself can be different and change things. We began to also look for an aesthetics, for a form, for a language, because we do believe that theater is a form and it's never separated from its content. Its level in Ecuador is extremely high, and the sexual violence is also extremely high, with very, very young women. In Spanish, in Ecuador, there is a saying that goes, marido es, pegue no más, which means, he's my husband, he can hit me, he has the right to do so. So we began working with these organizations, and
Kenya Performing Arts Group was started by me and Saskia Otenov. It was immediately we started to brainstorm about art and development of art form in Kenya and about the community art. Well, a lot was going on in terms of the community art, but then it stopped at one level. It was nothing for us. It was actually everything. And of course, in Kenya, there's a lot is going on in drama and education, but mostly at the university level. And at the university level, they really sit back. They are kind of laid back. They are very interesting people, but they're not as practical as we could have liked it. If you think about theater in Africa, the first thing that comes to you is the word community and culture. So you cannot say about great modern art. It won't be practical. So we have to start there as a basic, is to find a way that community of Overbeck would get involved and would be part, no matter by all means, would be part of it. And that's the way we work with our ideologies. One way we work in the community level is involving them in the organizational, in which they know.
Basically, that theater itself, as by interpretation, is magnification of life. I mean, theater is walking, is eating, is sleeping, is interdisciplinary, interactive, participatory storytelling initiative. Simple, it's self-explanatory, and through theater, if you can expound these elements, then you are able to understand people who are people, what do they want, all those kind of things. By using storytelling, we also kind of promoting the African theater notion. Because with a child of 6 years old, you have also to present this both sides. The child in Africa might not have shoes or Kilo 5x5 to give you, but might have a nice music or nice dance or nice thing. And a child here of 6 years values that, then you have an exchange. Like we have, maybe from Guatemala, from China, or whatever. Get them here, put them in a nice theater. Oh, look how nice lights we have. Oh, put them in a big bus. Oh, in a big hotel. Ah, blah, 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 blah. The story goes on. And 2 months later, the same people go back to their village and go back to their life. And I think that's wrong because it's nice, it opens people's eyes, but then you might be undeveloping that person rather than developing that person. Because the sense you take a small boy from the village to the Netherlands, without taking care of the culture shock bar, we are trying to define exchange in terms of the English meaning of exchange. I give you something, you give me something. I learn the high life of you and the low life of you. I learn who really you are. And through theater,